Welcome to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. Daps.
I'm Katie.
The smell of fresh cut grass is actually the sound of grass screaming to other grass that they're being killed.
Wow.
How is
Way to
the smell
start this
the
show
sound?
off morbidly.
I like it though.
And I'm Cameron.
Keep
Yay.
going, Cameron. Just keep going.
You used to ask that Geeks Corner to talk to us about. I'm going to start that again. You should use the hashtag Geeks Corner.
Like it says on the screen
Right there.
now.
Join the conversation.
Join the conversation. Talk to us about cutting grass or anything else we talk
Let's
about.
not talk about cutting grass.
All right, we're going to leave that in the
Yeah.
dust.
That was
Tell
just
your friends.
interesting. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So it rained last weekend at Disneyland.
Woo!
That's always fun.
We like the rain.
We do love the rain. What's your favorite thing to do in the rain at Disneyland?
Everything because people aren't there.
I was gonna say be
Good
there.
answer. One thing though.
I'm going to take yours because it's cool.
Train.
Oh, that was good. Train? No.
was
It is
amazing.
take pictures
Oh,
of
that
things
one
and
too.
reflections of things.
Oh yeah, I do that one. You're right. Your turn.
Laugh at people who don't like the rain.
Oh, like in the like the.
Oh, there's a
ponchos.
raindrop. Let me buy a poncho.
We saw someone. I will never forget this. The
See,
day
it's a
that
little unfair though, because one of our favorite people doesn't like the rain.
Well, that's true.
She's sitting in the very
we
front
love
row.
her anyway.
She's wearing a really cool DAPS Magic sweatshirt.
It's true.
It's Jenny.
She does not like the rain.
Last year,
She does like green though.
Okay, cool. Talking is a
Keep
thing.
going.
No, you're good.
No,
Your
I
turn.
said all I wanted
Nope,
about Jenny.
your turn.
Last year, what?
Nope. Go on. What was your favorite thing to do in the rain, Robert?
Cameron already took
Mr.
both
Daps?
of them.
I did take both of them. That is fair.
Yes, he did. Actually, Mark Twain is really fun in the rain too.
Mark Twain in the rain was really fun to say, actually.
Mark Twain in the rain.
Mark Twain in the rain.
At night.
Mark Twain rain.
With shoes on.
With shoes on. It's better that way. All right, anyway, your story.
I don't have one.
Oh, okay. What do you like to do in the rain?
I said laugh at other people that don't like the rain. I already said that.
Okay.
I can add a step to that and add to what you actually like because I can tell you. It is laugh at other people who don't like the rain while getting absolutely drenched yourself running around in a very pretty dress.
That ended up in an article you can find at dapsmagic.com. All right, Disneyland Paris, let's move across the sea, is getting some upgrades specifically in Walt Disney Paris Studios. Walt Disney Studios Paris, what is it, Roger?
Disney Studios Paris.
Walt Disney Studios Paris, that's hard to say.
Yes, it is.
So they're getting 3 new areas, one's Marvel, one's Star Wars, and one is Frozen, and a whole new lake, which is really awesome. Oh yeah, you can see it on that picture that Tyler just had up for us.
It was.
What do you think of this, first off, because it's a huge upgrade, 2.5, 2.6 billion, something like that. That whole back area of the park that we're looking at right now does not exist as we're looking at it currently. Like, you go to their Tower of Terror and you're done. And that's pretty much doubling the size of the park, and that's not accounting for depth perception of the picture. Anyway, what do you think? First off, what's your favorite area that you think they're adding, just from what you've read so far? And then 2, what are the possibilities?
I like Frozen. I'm going to go with that. I feel like the other 2 are going to be nice flavors of things that you get a little bit more of elsewhere. But I feel like the Frozen is probably going to be something very unique and interesting.
Cool.
I'm excited for them to have their own version of Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's an expansion that, like, I think everything's great because this park really needed
Yeah.
something else.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was very much a half-day park if you were lucky, quarter-day park most of the time. So it needed something to draw instead of Disneyland, and I think it'll be awesome.
So going back to the Frozen thing that Cameron brought up, how big do you think that mountain's going to be?
Probably bigger than the Matterhorn.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Do you think it'll become one of the new icons for Walt Disney Studios Paris?
Yeah, I think that's what they're going to highlight because they need iconography to highlight for that.
Do you think it
market.
will have an attraction in it?
I would assume so. There's
What
no point-
type of an attraction?
The Matterhorn.
The Matterhorn! Except that
But
instead of
in
Harold,
French.
it's just Elsa. It's just
Well, they could have the marshmallow dude. What's
Actually, they could do that. That would be very cool.
You know what I'm talking
That's
about?
a logical choice.
I don't know. Just
I really like the idea of Elsa just screaming with Harold's voice. That's much funnier to me.
It's pretty good.
or Olaf. No, that's not a good
Elsa
idea.
yelling.
Yeah. Star Wars looks smaller. Marvel. What would you like? What would be your ideal Marvel attraction, just out of curiosity?
Oh man, that's tough. I would say something interactive along the lines of the Void attraction that's not Disney but Downtown Disney. But something for like Captain America with a shield or something you get to run
Would it be
through.
something you run through or ride through?
I would say combination of both.
And would it be just Captain America, or could you be any of the Avengers?
I think you would need to limit it. So, just Captain America.
Okay.
They just catapult you into the air, and then you try and be Spider-Man.
And then you die.
Oh, so like that thing they took out at Knott's that used to like they'd pull it back or whatever, and it went.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be
exactly
fantastic.
that. But except they just throw you into the air. There's no seats.
Well, you could like end up in the new lake.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, except for it looks like there's going to be fountains in that new lake. I'm betting it's World of Color 2.0
That
coming
adds
too.
to the fun. The fountains push you along on your journey.
Oh, so then you're like levitating.
It's a
as
good
you're-
thing we have cartoon physics.
Yeah, no problem.
Jets powerful enough to propel a human. Boom.
Disney's also gonna throw guests into the air.
Yeah, don't fight this. I like it.
Well, there could be the one line at City Hall.
This is just designated for people that were thrown into the lake.
Yeah.
Your buttons are over here.
I got thrown into the lake.
And I survived.
No, don't put the survived on there. That's a contingency. You want options.
Oh, okay, that counts too, I guess. You like that one, huh?
That broke you a little bit.
broke
there.
Katie.
All right.
Because my brain. Anyway.
Let us know what you think would be a great Marvel attraction.
And
You
button
could,
for
Star
death.
Wars would be fine too, but really Marvel tonight, because that seems to be the one that has less things flushed out currently. CHOC Walk.
Yay!
I've heard of it.
It has been announced when it is, and registration is open, so you can register on Team DAPS Magic by going to chocwalk.org/dapsmagic. What's your favorite thing about CHOC Walk? Go.
This year I'm not shaving my beard. So
You should never say that. That was like if we
you're
could be
shaving
like,
your eyebrows?
what's the one thing that Cameron shouldn't say on Geeks Corner tonight? That was probably it.
that or nothing could go wrong. Just holes in the
We
sky.
took the plastic
No.
bag off the light, so that's check one.
Hey, we are high tech.
My favorite thing about the CHOC Walk is the camaraderie around so many people helping out for a good cause. It's very cool to see so many people in one location that are as dedicated as they are to actually doing good. It's not about going to do the walk thing, even though it's very, very cool. You should totally do it and join us. It's about the cause, and that focus isn't lost, which I appreciate.
Cool.
See, that was like my meaningful answer, and now I'm just gonna sound very shallow in comparison. But I like seeing the park before it opens, even though there's still lots of other people around. There's something magical about park before open, and getting to see characters and cast members all very excited and cheering you along is very fun.
And why should people join Team DAPS Magic?
Because we're the best.
Yeah, I mean, obvious answer.
We're awesome.
We wear hats.
We wear hats.
We're going to do really, really well this year.
We're
Yeah.
aiming for a $10,000 fundraise this year, which is a little bit more than last year by a little bit.
And we have machinations and schemes for even bigger, ridiculous
We have
things.
macadamias.
We have macadamia. I think we made that exact same joke last year.
Probably did.
I think we did.
We probably did. We're
Oh,
predictable.
wow.
Oh, nothing's changed.
Join our team.
You can always count on Geeks Corner to be exactly the same.
Going back to the Frozen Mountain.
All right.
Steven says the monster on the Frozen Mountain is actually going to be Oaken. He's not scary. He just keeps showing up to tell you about the big summer blowout.
Oh, yes. Oaken's trading post.
Yes.
That took me a second.
And
Yes.
then the finale is the big summer blowout.
That'd be awesome.
Love Walt Disney says, I still want my challenge for the crown attraction. Guess fight guess for the power of the Black Panther or Souvenir Panther paws.
Can we bring up the Mbako challenge that's going around right now, because it's wonderful. It's just people doing the entire speech from Mbako word for word, and it's awesome, and it makes me very happy. That was my 2 cents on the
Are
subject.
you going to do it? Or
No, absolutely
Oh,
not.
okay. You had a perfect lead in there, and I was like, oh, maybe this is coming.
Nope.
Steven also says there should be a roller coaster that simulates Spider-Man encircling Ant-Man's legs. Would be really cool if Ant-Man grows in the middle of the roller coaster.
You remember that really old movie, Star Wars?
Jason would like to see an Iron Man attraction, but has no idea what it would do. Could just make it and people will come. They're making it at Disneyland Studio or Walt Disney Studios Paris, and say goodbye to Rock and Roller Coaster there. Right?
R.I.P. in peace.
Yes. All right. Moving right along, this last weekend, Disney California Adventure started its Food and Wine Festival. It was it seems like it gets bigger and better each year.
With more ridiculous names for the booths.
Yup.
Woo!
Do you have a favorite in mind as you say that? Or?
Nuts About Cheese wins, hands
Really?
down.
Because Cluckadoodle Moo.
I was going to say,
That was good.
what's the avocado one?
Avocado time.
Avocado time.
Oh, it's not that interesting. I just knew there was an avocado
there's
place.
some where you feel like the designers just kind of gave up.
Yeah.
It's like there's one that's just like I heart artichokes
That's what this
with
booth's got.
a heart drawn.
But then there's Pepper's Caliente.
I saw that.
Yes.
See, there's some that they like killed it, and there's other ones where like no one's gonna notice.
They
if
just
I
used up all their
just,
juice on some of them.
Yeah, that's okay.
But the food's great.
So, favorite one, go.
Like, favorite
Name.
it's Nuts About Cheese. We already said.
And then does the food go with is that your favorite place to
I
eat?
haven't actually tried anything. in
Okay,
Nuts
so
About
we'll have
Cheese
to
yet.
get back to that.
There's
We'll have to
burritos.
see how many.
It's okay.
What are those little card things called? The
Sip and Savor.
the
annual
Sip and
pass
Savor
holder.
annual pass holder card.
Exclusive
We're taking bets again this year on how many Caitlin will get.
Ah, yes. Yes.
6.
I hear 6 to Jenny. 7.
I'm gonna say 5.
5.
5. I feel like 6 is a reasonable number. I'm going to stack up on that.
I'm going to stick with 3.
Okay. All right.
Okay. What's your favorite entertainment there? Shameless plug for Fat Cat Swinger.
Fat
I
Cat
love
Swinger.
that.
I looked around like, okay, who's going to say it? Because we're all going to say
Yeah,
it.
We're all
gonna
going to say
say
Fat
it.
Cat Swinger. They're playing earlier in the day, though, so make sure you check their times before you go. On the weekends, I think they're Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I think so, except for next weekend.
Oh, except
But
for next
every other
weekend.
weekend they're there.
You got it. Check the details. Let's move right along to more controversial things.
Yeah.
Mary Poppins Returns
Yes.
has a new trailer. It's another movie that's being debated on if it should be made. Let's first talk about the trailer, and then we'll talk about the movie.
Yes.
Starting off with the trailer, Katie, what'd you think of it?
I think the trailer looks great. I don't see what there is to be debated with the trailer. I understand with the movie that there's things to be debated, but with the trailer, I don't see any glaring flaws.
What'd you like about it?
I like the fact that it was simple. It's just, we're going to show you some things, and we're going to play some music that makes you feel things. And, ooh, look, a kite. It's going everywhere. Where's it going to go? And the fact that they were emphasizing it's not a remake.
I wish we were watching this as you said it, because then it could be like...
Commentary along with it.
Yeah.
Yes. Ooh, look, it's a guy. Ooh.
It's Katie commentary
I'm
to
a
the trailer.
kite. We don't need Katie commentary.
I think people want Katie commentary to the
I don't
trailer.
think anyone wants that.
Tweet using the hashtag Geeks Corner if you want to see Katie commentate trailers.
Katie commentates.
I mean, I'm sure Adam would help you.
Oh, no.
That'd be
be
hilarious.
awful.
That would probably be the funniest thing ever.
Katie
Review
comment.
trailers?
No, that was Sebi.
Sabby did that.
Sabby-
That we in general.
Oh, we. I thought
The
you said
royal
he.
The collective way. Yes.
Yeah. The royal we did.
We.
But yeah, I think it looks great.
Okay.
Seconded on the grape. I can understand people's trepidation about something so beloved coming, into light again. But as far as the trailer goes, which is what we're talking about, I thought it was a solid teaser trailer for a movie with or without the context of Mary Poppins. And I had to fight for it, but the only slight negative I would get is it feels very bright, and I feel like there was a lot
Bright
more...
or clear?
Bright as in colorful. I feel like one of the bigger advantages of the original film was there was a lot of dreariness in compared to the brightness when they go into the painting and stuff, and I feel like there may have been too much color in some of those early scenes, but that's minor. That's very minor. Overall, I really, really enjoyed the tone of it.
Because I noticed it was all grays and dark greens until the moment that Mary Poppins shows up. And then suddenly it's like, ooh, yellow, red, blue.
Yeah, but even the grays weren't grays in the way the grays were back then. That's also filming technique and such. That's
Yeah,
making a big difference.
that might have been a mess. We'll see. Now let's get to the part about making a movie. Is this a good movie to make, period?
Katie, you have the floor.
I don't see a problem with it. If we...
This is going to be good.
Yeah, whatever. People already don't like me.
I'm on your side on this.
I'm on
but-
your side as well.
I know.
Oh, I thought you were going to be the... Okay.
Who's going to be the contrarian?
Nobody, apparently.
Yikes.
DAPS Magic is a team full of non-contrarians. We agree with everything.
First time ever.
I honestly don't see a problem with it. I think that it's bringing the movie to a new generation, the same way it's done with all of the other remakes. That kids don't normally, not kids, I mean, even younger, even like my age people have not seen the youths have not seen Mary Poppins, because they feel like a movie made in the 60s is like too old, and I don't want to watch that.
It does surprise me how often at Disneyland you have people ask who Mary Poppins and Bert are.
Yeah.
Especially Bert, but both of them I've heard.
Yeah. But it's, and it's the fact that it's not a remake. It's a continuation of the story, so it's just bringing new life to
How many years later is it? Is it 30 years later? No, like how long is it supposed to take? Because it's after turn of the century.
The kid grows up, and then it's his
So
kid,
it's 20,
right?
30 years later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Add to it, sir.
Well, from a historical context, and this may be an article eventually, I'm not sure.
Please do.
Remakes are not a new thing, people. Since the ancient Greeks, and that's the thing, the Greeks did remakes like nobody's business. They would have the same characters and stories rewritten for hundreds of years and just do the exact same thing over and over and over in slightly new formats as a different playwright took a crack at it. This isn't a new concept.
Of comics?
Yeah, it's the same thing over and over and over. But I don't see a problem with rehashing good stories, as long as you are breathing new life into them in some interesting way. I mean, there are some things that are timeless, but they have been translated and adapted so they can be understood for modern audiences. I just think this is a microcosm of the exact same thing. This isn't exactly, the battle at Iliad or anything like that, but at the same time, it's bringing good art into the view of people that have not gotten the chance to experience it yet.
Yeah.
Isn't it interesting too how they keep coming back to Mary Poppins? Mm-hmm. Like you think of Saving Mr. Banks was focused, like it's becoming really the central. Are we okay, Tyler?
Yeah.
Okay, it's the central. I don't know. I saw weird things on the screen. It's kind of becoming like that central story that really. They've connected with Walt Disney, like it was his greatest achievement in many regards on film, and so they just keep coming back to it. If they can do what Saving Mr. Banks did, though, and keep reverential to the original thing, and really move the story forward and tell a different story instead of the same one over, I think they're going to be totally fine.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're going to do that. Like even from the car that you see at the very beginning of the trailer, that's really setting. Like it feels like you're in the same place, but clearly they've set up the different time period, and I don't know. I think it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Mary Poppins is definitely a Time Lord. This film confirms it.
Yeah, it's true.
So
that's the article you should be writing.
Ageless has a bag that is bigger on the inside. Mm-hmm. Travels through time and space.
The umbrella,
which flies, and is sentient.
Clearly.
We're not saying she's a Time Lord. But
We're saying she's the Time Lady. Thank you.
And the reason Mary Poppins is ageless and timeless, or a Time Lord, is because if you read the books, Mary Poppins was Mr. Banks' nanny when he was growing up.
Yes.
He just didn't realize it, and you don't realize it in the Disney film.
There we go.
Time Lady.
Time Lady. We know it.
Time Lady.
The other trailer that came out.
Before we move along,
yes.
I would just here's a comparison. Bottom is original movie, top is new movie.
Huh.
It's not as drastic as I thought originally watching it, but
Thank you, Tyler.
Yeah, that's
I'm
pretty
impressed. Yeah, I actually thought it was pretty good when I was watching it. The thing I noticed is the clarity. To me, I could see how it made it feel brighter, because there definitely was the difference between a film and a digital capturing.
But that's with the technology. I mean,
yeah. And I kind of think if they'd have gone the other way, we'd be complaining about that.
It would have been much more jarring to see it that way.
Yeah, I'd be like, well, why did they mess it up? Why didn't they make it clear? So the other trailer that came out that I'm actually really excited about was for Christopher Robin, and that came out this morning. Mm-hmm. It's a minute, 1 second, minute and 2 seconds long, and it's the story of what happens to Christopher Robin after he grows up. He forgets about his childhood and his happiness. It's
100 Acre Hook, yeah.
It's 100 Acre Hook. I was trying to get there, but I wasn't there. So it's a story we've definitely seen and heard before multiple times, and I have zero problems with it. Yeah. I literally was watching it at the beginning, I'm like, okay, this is good, and then Winnie the Pooh opens his mouth, which I didn't expect necessarily to see in this trailer, and I was like, hooked. Like it yeah.
There is something very, very like endearing about Pooh, but at the same time, absolutely terrifying. I was horrified, but then Pooh started talking. You hear Jim Cummings, and it's like, okay, no, this is
it felt
inviting.
right.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I think both of these films have the potential to be two of the most heartwarming films you're going to see in the next year. What do you think of the trailer?
This is a trailer I would have loved to narrate, commentate on, whatever. I was talking about this earlier. I'm such a sucker. I don't care how many times I've seen the trope. The overworked dad doesn't have time for his kid storyline.
Yeah.
Already, like, I cry every time. I don't know why. Zootopia, when he was pretending to be the elephant's dad and was like, I don't have money. I was like, he doesn't have the money! Because it's who I am. So I was already like, oh no, his daughter's going away.
You think she's joking. Her eyes are a little bit glowy right now.
Yeah. And then Pooh Bear started talking and I was like, oh no! So I liked it.
Do you know how much money they're going to make off of just this new design of Winnie the Pooh?
They're going to sell so many.
But it's an updated old new. Like the old one were so different.
Updated old new. Up, down, left, right.
Turn around.
A,
to
start.
the left.
It's a new version of the old Winnie the Pooh, and that's brilliant. Because I don't know about you, but I was like, all right, when are we going to get one on the set? Like, if we could have had one here tonight, it would have been right here next to Norm.
Next to Norm?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can we just say the joke was completely on point? That I've cracked. No, there's a few more. Wrinkles. I was like, yes, it's so good.
Yeah. So predictions for both of these movies.
2 thumbs up. Oh.
2 thumbs up, but with edge to Winnie the Pooh.
Yes,
I think so too,
definitely.
and I think the critics might tear them both apart.
Oh yeah.
Especially Winnie the Pooh or Christopher Robin, because I just feel like it's going to be one of those ones that definitely could be. I mean, we're going to know exactly what happens the whole thing.
And that's fine. I'm okay with that.
And that speaks to a very thing of critics versus audience reception. If a movie is a done well love letter to the subject matter, a la Galaxy Quest for other films, it's still greatly enjoyed by the audience it's meant for, and that's all that really matters.
Steven says, when I saw Ewan McGregor pop up on the screen, I suddenly had to watch this movie, and then it turned out he was Christopher Robin. Man, they are specifically marketing this movie to me. Miss Bailey says, when I watched the trailer for Christopher Robin, I was again meh. But then I heard Jim Cummings' voice come out of Winnie the Pooh, and I almost cried.
Yeah,
that's what really hits it home. Is they totally nailed the pacing, and like sometimes I feel like some of these things they rush them a little bit, or I don't know what happens exactly. But I just feel like sometimes there's a little bit of they don't slow down and let the character actually have the space to live. And there's strength in silence, especially in film. And we've gotten so films move faster and faster and faster. And this one seems like they're going to really let Winnie the Pooh be Winnie the Pooh, who is a slow-moving, silly old bear that's a teddy bear. The other thing I think we should talk about with this movie real quickly is, have you noticed the cast?
I've looked at too much at it. Anything in particular?
You should look at the cast.
Ooh.
It's a very awesome cast. There's connections with Sherlock. There's connections with lots of actually a lot of connections with Sherlock. Say what?
I said I like that.
Oh, I do too. I think it's gonna be a really fun cast just because of the different people. Who's not Piglet? Rabbit. Is it Peter Capaldi? I think Peter Capaldi is Rabbit.
Would make the best Rabbit.
There's Sherlock and there's Doctor Who connected in this, and I think Mark Gatiss is playing.
He only has 3 actors.
It's true.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
Well, they get 3 in every season before the pods can grow 3 new ones.
Brad Garrett is Eeyore.
Yeah, Brad Garrett's going to be Eeyore.
Toby Jones is Owl.
Toby Jones is Owl. That's the one I was thinking of.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Very cool.
Agent Carter herself will be on the screen.
Nick Muhammad is Piglet.
This is going to be one of those movies where I only refer to the characters as the other characters they played. It's going to be very fun.
Oh, Agent Carter's in this. How great.
Yeah. I think it'll be a very good movie. Sunday, we were at Disneyland, and it's always fun when we find people at Disneyland, and
We find people.
We do, or
We
they
have
find
trackers
us.
on most people.
But really, we found ourselves.
the real,
we?
The real
No.
friends
I thought we were still
are
looking.
the ones you make along the way.
Yeah.
Oh.
Our friend, Albert Einstein.
So one of our friends has been following us
Give
since
me
before
$100.
Geeks Corner existed, and I guess it was 2008 or 2009 when she first started reading DAPS Magic, and then she was she's watched every Geeks Corner show. I don't know if I've even watched every Geeks Corner show.
I have not.
You
so.
lived them. It's
You
enough.
watched all of them, right, Jenny? But not from day one, right? And so we got to meet. Well, I'd met her before, but the rest of you got to meet Miss Bailey C. on Sunday.
Yay!
And just share your thoughts.
What?
It's weird. Like, I will say this: it was surreal to think we hadn't met her because, I mean, you knew her.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was remarkably unremarkable.
And we got to meet Tim and Anthony as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
said that the first time. We had met up with Bailey twice because the first time Cameron was not around. And I said that as I went to hug Bailey. I was like, we've never met before, but I feel like we've definitely met before because people that know this much about who I am as a person, I feel like I just talk to every day. So,
Well, at least every week.
or like, well, we also DM about our cats on Twitter. So,
There you go. We did talk a lot about cats. That came up often.
we're all just eating dinner, talking about cats, trying to yell over the swing band. Yeah, and then my cat did this. That's who we are.
So
You
if you're
couldn't-
wondering what we're like off the show, mostly
My
cats.
other favorite part of seeing Bailey on Sunday, though, was she came walking up behind Jenny, and Jenny wanted to film her
Jenny
walking
didn't
up
turn
or
around.
something, and
It was
Jenny,
'cause I yelled, Bailey! And Jenny went, is she here?
and then she was like right behind Jenny, and then Jenny made her go all the way back so that she could have her grand entrance be
Jenny
filmed.
just said, go back. And Bailey did it. Which most of us just go, ha ha, Jenny, hi. But like, Bailey turned around and walked back, and I went, Jenny, she's doing it. She went, she's doing it? And that was when she finally turned around.
What a good
It was a
story.
good day. Is that what you're saying?
It was real.
It was very real. So make sure to tweet at us if you're in the parks. We'd love to see you, especially on Sundays because that's the day.
We can't promise Jenny won't yell at you.
It's true.
In fact, we can almost promise that Jenny will yell at you because
Yeah.
that's just part of the
It's an
experience.
exclusive Geeks Corner experience getting Jenny to yell at
It
you.
really is, and one of these days we're gonna have to all show up and wear our DAPS Magic T-shirts and sweatshirts and stuff like that and get a picture because that'd be fun. What did I miss?
No, that was
Oh,
just-
okay.
That was, yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
That was an agreement. Okay.
Continue.
Okay.
Go
I
on.
don't know. I just don't know when things happen sometimes, but because Jenny's wearing her sweatshirt in front. Where can you get those?
Teespring.com/store/DAPS Magic.
Slapstats magic.
Okay. And
You will get slapped DAPS Magic.
and if they want a discount, what do they do?
They use promo code GEEKS for 10% off.
So Steven wants to ask, are you saying that the Geeks Corner crew are all great finders? And then he asks, so you're all
No,
fellow
we're not.
Hufflepuffs?
I was gonna say,
We've got
I'm
one
the
Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuff. I'm a
Yeah.
particularly good finder.
We,
I find this very interesting. Literally. Literally.
we're about running out of time, Cameron.
Thank goodness. Go to thegeekscorner.com if you want to see more of this awkward shenanigan we call a show.
Check out dapsmagic.com to see all the stuff that happened that we couldn't fit into the show, and subscribe to our mailing list so you don't miss any of it.
And make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Find us on social media because we'd love to connect with you and see you in the parks. But that is all the time we have for you this week, so we'll see you around the corner.